Hello and welcome to the Downtown Kentucky podcast.
Yeah.
I'm
Welcome
trying
back.
different inflections every time now. That's my thing.
Oh, jeez. Can't wait for like the 10,000th iteration.
Yeah. Well, eventually I'll start.
Welcome back to the
Eventually I'll just start.
Downtown Kentucky podcast.
Eventually I'll just start repeating myself. I don't have that good of a memory, but
Okay.
but yeah. This is the Downtown Kentucky podcast. If you've tuned in before, thank you. If you've tuned in again, thank you. If this is your first
Man.
time, we're another two white guys sharing our opinions on the internet. You're welcome.
Yep, it's exactly
It's what
the
you
world
asked
needed.
for.
Two more white guys sharing their opinions.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
who we are.
Well, when you say it like that, I don't like it.
I mean, to be fair, I don't know if I think there needs to be another us in the world unless it's us, because we're pretty cool.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Like, if there was another two people who were, like, a lot like us, I might find them funny a bit, but I would still probably be like, do we need to hear your opinion on it, too?
Oh, we already exist.
Exactly.
And we have like 30-something followers.
That's true.
So we're kind of big.
Kind of the biggest deal in all of podcasts starring two white guys from Texas talking about mostly entertainment news. Probably.
Yeah. Pro- mm, mm, mm.
Possibly.
Two like young adult men.
There you go.
Two young white adult men.
Yeah.
Who
What other caveats can we throw on this to make sure it's true?
yeah.
That both
Very-
lived in Hawaii at one point at the same time together, but didn't know each other while they were there. That's
True.
right. We are the number one podcast that meets all those criteria.
It's a very specific set
It's a very specific set of criteria, but gosh darn it, we're number one.
Because otherwise it just would not be true.
Because there's too many white guys having podcasts these days, and we're not
There's
helping.
just too many people having podcasts.
Fair, but especially white dudes. Like, that's definitely a real popular thing in podcasts, is being a white dude.
Well, there's just so many of us.
There's a lot of us, and a lot of us think we matter enough to start a podcast.
I mean, you're wrong. I didn't want to do a podcast because I was like, there's so many of us already.
That's
No one's going to
true.
care what I have to say.
But hey.
And you know what? I stand by it. But if you do care what we have to say, thank you. Very, very sweet of you.
Jeez, that was... Oh, gosh. Oh. Okay.
Huh?
We just got, like, I don't even know how many. I feel like there's a lot of people who are like Hoss00312 and then like five, like a word after that. We just got like 6 follows from them. So
What?
it sounds kind of like a bot, but thank you, whoever decided to send us bot followers. I guess. Thanks.
I guess. Sure.
Yeah. Well,
Sick.
I guess it's time to get to our title story.
Oh, yeah, that was a very smooth transition.
It was, wasn't
Talking
it?
about our bots.
Yeah. Just moving on. I'm moving on. I had to acknowledge the fact that we just got like 6 followers at once.
That's fair. Speaking of things that need to be acknowledged, is our head titling story.
Yeah.
So if you tuned into the Nintendo Direct this past week, which I'm sure none of you who are watching this right now did, but maybe you're watching in the future and you're a gamer, and well, a Nintendo gamer specifically, because a generalized gamer and Nintendo gamer not the same thing.
No, they're not the same at all.
But you would know that a very special announcement was made, and that special announcement is that there's going to be a new Super Mario Brothers movie.
I know, which is crazy, and I think it's
especially after the first Super Mario Brothers movie.
I don't know what you're referencing. That movie is high art, from what I've heard. It is the greatest movie to ever be created.
Certainly high something. Art, I don't know would be the word I would use to describe it. But
you
it
know,
certainly is something.
you know the problem with that first movie? Besides, Bob Hoskins, who did it have? A couple people here and
Uh,
there.
I can't remember the actor's name, but he's in John Wick and he plays the auto mechanic owner. John Leguizamo?
Yes, that he plays Luigi. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's Luigi.
Okay, so they had
The
like
most unbelievable Luigi, by the way.
they had
Aside
like
from the fact that he is like part Italian.
how about also the fact that somehow he was supposed to be related to Bob Hoskins?
Yeah.
I have trouble believing that, but that's the point I was trying to make. Is that movie? It had an okay cast. This movie has a cast it doesn't deserve to have, quite frankly.
Yeah. And a casting that is confusing at best.
What?
But that being said,
It's a great.
I absolutely love it.
Oh, I can't wait to see this movie.
Oh, what's up, Chewie? Welcome. Welcome. You're just in time to hear us talk about the Super Mario Brothers animated movie casting.
Coming out in holiday 2022.
That's right. Possibly one of the greatest things to happen this year is the announcement of this casting.
Yeah, this year
It's
for
been the spawn of many memes.
It really has been.
Yeah.
But I guess we show on the screen for the people who are watching this. They see the names of everyone who's in this movie. They don't know who they're playing.
Yeah. So let's stop teasing them.
Let's
give it to
let's
them.
just tell what's going on here. In the most questionable choice on the whole list, honestly, everything else kind of makes you could see it.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have Chris Pratt as Mario.
Is Mario. Why? Because he's a real cool guy.
Yeah, I
It's
guess.
the words. Nintendo Direct.
Is that okay? I didn't actually watch the Nintendo Direct. I just saw the tweets.
Yeah, no, I watched the Nintendo Direct and I died laughing. It was hilarious. It was great. They said, we got Chris Pratt as Mario because he is a real cool guy, and I think he will play Mario very well. I cannot wait to hear him as Mario. I said, all right. Neither can I.
I mean,
And then,
here's the thing.
for Peach.
Real quick, just a little other side. Chris Pratt is a funny comedy actor, and looking at this cast,
definitely.
this is going to be a funny comedy movie. It's just a questionable choice to make him Mario, but I think, in general, he's not going to, I don't think, detract from the movie as much as some of the memes are making it look like he might.
Yeah, and I mean, that's fair. Like, you hear Chris Pratt, and I don't think the first thing that comes to mind, or the
Italian
second,
plumber?
or third,
That's the
or
first
fourth,
thing.
or fifth thing that comes to
You're
mind
telling me
is
you
an
see
Italian plumber.
Star-Lord, you don't say, that guy could be Mario.
Yeah, I don't see the main character from the Lego movie and say, yeah, it's Mario.
Yeah, no, that's fair. But let's get on to the rest of the cast, because they actually, most of them is like, okay, yeah, totally. I could see that.
Yeah,
We have,
some of these guys I'm really excited
yeah.
for.
One of, I think, like, in my opinion, one of my favorite actresses in, like, the last 5 years, at least,
Fair.
is, we have Anna Taylor-Joy playing
Anya?
Peach, which,
Yeah.
what did I say? Did I say it wrong?
Hit Anna, but it's
No.
fine.
Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry.
She'll forgive you when she watches this podcast and never.
Yeah, that's never gonna happen. Sorry, Anya Taylor-Joy. She's great. I love her in pretty much everything I've seen from her. Even some, let's be honest, not great movies. Like, she's the best part of some movies that are like good at, like, okay at best. Like Split,
Yeah, that's valid.
Morgan. Like, neither of those movies are art, but she's really good in them.
Yeah, no, she's
Yeah.
an excellent actress.
Yeah.
She's great in the chess show that I've watched all the way through and I can't remember the name of it.
Queen's Gambit.
Queen's Game?
Queen's
Yeah,
Gambit.
Queen's Gambit.
Yeah.
That's it.
She's also in what else was she in? She was in The Vavitch.
She was in the Vavitch. She was in Morgan.
I already said
For-
Morgan.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I brought up Morgan
No,
and
sorry.
Split. That was like the start
So
of this.
forgettable. Sorry, guys.
That's fair. Morgan wasn't a great movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, Anna Taylor-Joy, great casting. Honestly, Peach is such a nothing character. Any good actress in that role I have no worry about it, because it's like, oh, okay, cool. She's probably gonna be the best Peach we've ever had, because it's Peach.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It is Peach. And really, your competition is no one, really.
Yeah, pretty much.
especially when you're Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yeah. Next we
uh,
have Charlie Day as Luigi.
Luigi,
Also
my
not
freaking
Italian,
man, Luigi.
not Italian, but it's Charlie Day, so I'm gonna let it slide and not even question it.
Yeah, I feel like Charlie Day's energy really fits Luigi,
Yeah, no, I can see that for
and
sure.
so I'm really excited about it
Yeah,
because Luigi's one of my favorite Super Mario
I'm
characters.
a huge fan of Always Sunny. Honestly, that's one of the few things I've seen Charlie Day in because it is, but I love him in that, so I have
It's
full
also
faith in him.
really great in Pacific Rim.
I see. I haven't watched Pacific Rim because it's Pacific
Oh,
Rim.
a great movie, a great entertaining movie.
I feel like
It's not art, but it's a fantastic thing to watch and just turn your brain
uh,
off and go, ah, funny monsters fight big cool robots.
so I have
Yeah.
my only problem with this is you have in the times when I've said a movie is just fun to watch, you like get mad at me. So, but that's all different.
I feel like hold on, because we don't have that many stories to talk about, so we can
That's
go.
true. That's fine.
Provide examples,
I don't
please.
remember. I can't remember. I honestly can't remember off the top of my head. But there's been movies that I've like been like, oh, that's kind of fun, and you'll bring all the reasons why it's not a good movie, and I'll be like, oh, okay. And I just,
Yeah, I didn't say it was a good movie. I said it was a fun movie to watch. There's a difference.
I guess
Yeah, I can acknowledge that a movie's garbage, but it's a fun movie to watch.
that's fair.
There's a
Okay.
difference between a boring movie that's also garbage and a boring movie that's like high art.
Fair.
Because
Okay.
it's fun to watch does not make it a good movie. Just like Super Mario animated movie might be a fantastic like time to watch, but it's probably gonna be garbage.
Whoa. It's a.
And you know what?
I don't
I'm gonna
know.
watch it anyways.
I mean, it's gonna be an animated movie.
Yeah. It's gonna be probably aimed at like kids or
Well,
preteens.
it is being the one thing we haven't acknowledged yet is that it is being made by Illumination, which does kind of give me a little bit of worries.
Yeah, the people who made the minions.
Yeah, you know.
People responsible for hell on earth.
Yeah.
Minions in made costumes on
The
Facebook.
first Despicable Me was okay. It was a fun kids movie for what it
Yeah,
was. Like it was a fun
that's
little kids
fair.
movie, and then they didn't stop. And then they took probably the least good part about that movie and made that the franchise.
Yeah.
Like the heart of that movie was like him becoming a father with those kids, and then they're like, but people kind of like the Minions in theaters.
But
So
haha, funny
what
Tic
if we make the
Tacs with eyeballs.
Minions the future?
Minions are the future. They always have been.
Well, next, as you know, our wonderful, commenter Monkey Thunder said, I better say Jack Black is my favorite, which I'm not gonna say because it's not true. But
Yeah.
Jack Black is cast as Bowser, which
I am still excited
sure,
for it.
yeah, no, I've been, I think, I don't know if I've actually mentioned it on a video before, but I'm not a huge fan of Jack Black. But I think in an ensemble cast like this, it's not gonna matter if I don't love Jack Black in it. You know?
Yeah. I think Jack Black's a good fit for Bowser.
Yeah, no, I can definitely see. I don't know. I feel like if any character needed to not be completely silly, I feel like Bowser might be it.
Yeah.
And I feel like Jack Black, there's not gonna be any like hint of seriousness for this character. Where like some sort of actor who could have done both would have been nice.
Hmm.
I don't know
Very
who that
true.
is. I'm not trying to like fantasy cast it because I don't have an answer. Just someone
Hmm.
who could do both, have like some serious. The thing Bowser should have a chance at times for at least a moment to be menacing, and Jack Black, I don't believe he can do it.
I think maybe Jack Black might bring to Bowser what like he brought to Tenacious D in this like metal hardcore type thing.
Let's hope, because
Maybe in like a goofy way.
I feel like this is gonna be Bowser is gonna be closer to Nacho Libre because I feel like that's the majority of Jack Black's work is as dumbed down as possible. I
Yeah,
hope to be
definitely
proven
tends to be
wrong.
goofy.
I hope to be proven wrong, but
We'll see.
I have no hope for Jack Black specifically in the cast. Sorry to disappoint you, Monkey Thunder.
I feel like I don't know. I don't know. I would hope that the casting process wasn't just, hey, who wants to be Mario? And I can't imagine that it was. I imagine, in a Mario animated movie, they're like, we want a Hollywood cast.
And
But also,
they cast Chris Pratt as Mario. Chris, I don't know why you have any actual faith in them not just choosing big actors.
I mean, I don't think he's going to deliver Chris Pratt as Mario kind of performance.
We'll
I
see.
think Chris Pratt might have something hidden that may be believable as a Mario. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I guess honestly, thought I was really on board with this movie, but the more I'm breaking it down, I think I'm scared. Is really the point.
I'm excited to see whatever's going to come out, whether it's a train
That's
wreck
true. It's gonna be fun.
or
It's gonna be at the very least fun
outstanding.
to make fun of.
Uh, at at worst, I don't think it could be any worse than the original Super Mario Brothers movie.
I once again,
I'm gonna say that.
the movie is high art. I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe
Uh,
like you were talking about earlier, this could be a fun movie to watch, like Pacific Rim. But this is not going to be the Citizen Kane level art that is the original Super Mario Brothers movie.
shut up.
Let's move on
Shut
to the
up.
next cast member,
Let's.
which is Keegan Michael Key as Toad.
One that kind of hit me out of the blue when they announced Keegan-Michael Key was going to be in the movie at all.
Fair.
But when they said, this is going to be the voice of Toad, it just kind of made sense.
Fair.
Really.
Fair enough. Yeah. Honestly, I don't have any problem with that. I think he's an actor who can be very funny when he wants to be, and I feel like Toad, that's all he needs to be, is kind of a little side character who can just be just funny.
Also, Keegan-Michael Key's like voicers, like his range of voices that he can do. I feel like he's probably got a pretty solid Toad voice.
That's
Which,
fair.
if you don't know what Toad's voice is, it's very like throaty and gargly, but also very high pitched. So one of the most unpleasant sounds you could ever imagine, really.
That's fair.
But also kind of innately hilarious because of how grating it is to your ears.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I think Keegan-Michael Key will channel that really well. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Then we have
My favorite. This
your
is it.
favorite. Okay.
This is my.
Seth
This just
Rogen
makes sense.
as Donkey Kong.
It just couldn't get any better than that.
I don't know. I feel like he could do a little better, but I mean, I still think
When
it's
I
bad.
see big funny monkey, and then I think of Seth Rogen's laugh coming through funny monkey, it just clicks.
I'm just trying to figure out how they're gonna turn bananas into a weed joke because they're gonna have to.
Oh yeah, totally.
100%.
It will happen.
Yeah. I think I remember seeing something about how his mom is really confused on why he's in the movie.
Because he's Donkey Kong. What else do you need?
I mean, to be fair, it is. I mean, I don't know. I doubt his mom was like a big Mario fan, and that's why. But it is a little weird that we're finally getting a Mario movie. And we're immediately going. We also need Donkey Kong in this.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that
Donkey
could've been
Kong
like
and Mario are closely tied.
They are, but I feel
Who
like that
knows?
could have been.
Maybe this is gonna be, uh, maybe this will be instead of just a Super Mario Brothers movie, it'll be a Super Mario Kart Brothers movie,
Fair.
and we're just gonna have a bunch of racing.
I want to just acknowledge some stuff in chat real quick. I do agree. Jack Black in School of Rock is great. I don't think he's made a good movie since School of Rock though, and I think that's the problem. Is I think he has been typecast as the joke guy, and I feel like in 2021, when people cast him, they want that, which is what scares me. Is I think Bowser is going to be a all comedy relief character. I agree. He's great in School of Rock. I have not seen Tropic Thunder. I also want to throw out. I do think he's amazing in the movie Orange County. He's just kind of serious in that movie, so he can do it. But I don't think he's will be allowed to or will want to anymore.
Yeah, he's got the capacity for it. But
He does have the capacity. He can do it. Unlike a lot of other actors I dislike out there, I've seen movies from him where I have enjoyed him, but it's not who he's normally cast as, and I feel like that's not what they're going to want. Like we mentioned with half these other cast members, they feel like perfectly cast for those roles, which means they probably went off of like the default what those actors are known for. I could be wrong, and I hope to be proven wrong, because honestly, on paper, this movie is chaotic but also beautiful, and I want it to be great. But I am worried.
at least it isn't Adam Sandler.
Fair. I don't know.
I feel like Adam Sandler would have been a good Toad too, honestly.
Oh, I think that you definitely could have found a way to put Adam Sandler in this movie, because I actually love like early Adam Sandler, and even I've heard that he can. There's those certain movies that are like once he started making bad movies, but he still pulls out good ones every once in a while. We're like, oh, he still can. He just doesn't care anymore. Got it. Okay.
Mm. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but he's not in
Like
this movie.
him.
But you know who is in this movie? Fred Armisen as Cranky Kong.
Cranky Kong, everyone's second favorite Kong. Definitely not Diddy Kong.
I feel like Cranky Kong's like the third or fourth favorite Kong, but okay. I feel like the girl
Is he?
Kongs might beat him. At least one of
Yeah.
them might. So he's at least the fourth.
Nah, it's definitely Lanky Kong. Lanky Kong's up there.
Okay,
Definitely
fair,
Cranky
fair.
Kong.
But Diddy Kong is definitely the second most. But Diddy Kong's not in the cast, which is the biggest tragedy of it all. You know, and
Honestly, yeah.
honestly, I've already kind of decided to not see this movie because of it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, it's just like, what's the point?
If Diddy Kong, played by
Us, mm,
Finn
ooh.
Wolfhard.
No, I want Michael Cera.
Just soft-spoken Diddy Kong.
Yeah, give me Michael Cera.
Hey guys, maybe we don't fight Bowser? I don't know.
Yeah. Now we're actually moving on to characters that I don't really recognize that much. Like I know I've seen pictures of him, so I'm like, oh, him. But we have Kevin Michael Richardson is playing Kamek, who I'll be honest, when I first read that, I was like, who the heck is Kamek? And then I saw someone do like a picture of Kamek. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, he's the wizard Koopa. He does magic.
Yeah.
He's like a mini boss character in Mario.
Feels weird
but also,
that like I mean I guess don't get me wrong, Kevin Michael Richardson is a big enough actor that I get that why we're hyping up him being in it, but that we're hyping the fact that Kamek is in the movie seems a little weird to me.
Yeah. And then hyping up our next character.
Oh, it's even
Spike,
crazier, yeah. Which is
played by Sebastian Maniscalco. Maniscalco? I'm probably really
sure. I'll be
stuffing
honest.
up
That was the
pronunciation.
only name on this list that I didn't recognize. So
Yeah.
I really don't know who that is.
Same.
I think
Sorry.
when I saw a picture of him, I was like, okay, I think I might have seen him in something. He's got one of those faces where I'm like, okay, I think I might have seen you in something. But,
I've seen you,
yeah, but yeah, he's playing
generally speaking.
Spike, because Spike's making it in this movie. And in our
Yeah.
last casting news, we have Charles Martinet playing special cameos.
Yeah.
Which, I mean,
Yay, Charles Martinet. He's the voice of Mario.
yeah, I don't know who
and
he's gonna cameo as.
Luigi and
all
Wario.
of his, and Wario and Waluigi.
And Waluigi.
So maybe
all of those main
so he might
Mario
end up being
characters.
one of them because who knows? He's
Yeah.
gonna be in one scene. Let's be real.
If Waluigi isn't in this movie, it's going to be the greatest crime of the century.
You are right
Honestly.
that the internet is going to pretend and act like that is the biggest crime in the century.
Not if you.
Because the internet has decided that Waluigi is the greatest character ever, even though he's kind of a throwaway character.
He didn't get into Super Smash Brothers.
Well, they still haven't
now
announced
he's
the
not
last
going to get into
Have we
the
anno-
Super Mario.
Isn't there still
Bros.
the last one? Don't we know it could be?
It could be. It's not.
It
but
probably-
it
'cause
could be.
They've confirmed that it's not another Fire Emblem character, right? Because
Yeah.
that would be perfect if it was just here's another Fire
you
Emblem
know what?
character.
That is something that we can throw in there. Is that there's been a leak as to
Oh.
what the final Smash Brothers character will be.
Oh.
Not that
Ooh.
anyone would care, but
Oh,
we'll talk
I
about
care
it.
though. Tell me. Ooh, who is this?
So it has been leaked, or was leaked way back when by someone else, but then that leak has been given extra validation because they got the announcement date of the last character right.
Okay.
And in their leak, they said that the last character would be Sora from Kingdom Hearts.
Okay.
Which is probably going to be pretty controversial. A lot of people have wanted Sora in Kingdom Hearts, or Sora from Kingdom Hearts in Smash Bros. For like a long
Mhm.
time. And a lot of people, hate Kingdom Hearts. So there's also that.
Okay. So we got that to look forward to us.
Yeah.
Well, I guess while we're on this before we move on to our next topic, because we are, like we mentioned, don't have a lot of topics to discuss today. Anything else that stuck out from the Nintendo Direct to you that you want to bring up? Any games that you're excited about?
Yeah, actually.
Okay.
There's a new Kirby game coming out
Mm.
for the Nintendo Switch, and it's a 3D game.
Ooh.
It's a 3D platformer, kind of very reminiscent of Super Mario Odyssey
Mm. Okay.
in the vibes.
It's like something Wasteland, right? Or am I remembering that
Yeah,
wrong?
it's like a post-apocalyptic
Yeah.
world, which is hilarious to imagine Kirby in the
Fair.
post-apocalyptic world period. Because I can perfectly imagine him surviving like a nuclear explosion and just kind of being like, huh,
Yeah, it's fair.
okay, well, huh,
They
guess I'll
also have
keep.
Splatoon 3.
Yeah, we'll pretend that we didn't talk about Splatoon 3 ever, that it
Okay.
was announced at all.
Why?
Uh,
What's with the hate on
because
Splatoon 3?
we've gotten Splatoon 1, 2, and 3, and yet to get a Super Mario Odyssey 2.
I mean, Super Mario Odyssey came out after Splatoon 2? Definitely after Splatoon 1. It's like,
Right.
but I think it might be after Splatoon 2 or around the same time, which means kind of. I mean, yeah, that doesn't mean they got Splatoon 3
2017.
first, but I don't think it's that big of like a dis. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't care about Splatoon at all,
Hmm.
but I don't feel like it's that big of an offense that they're doing a Splatoon 3 before another game that came around the same time as Splatoon 2, I believe. I believe they're
Because
both like relatively speaking Switch launch-ish titles, like within the first year of the Switch
we
launch.
really need another shooting game where you shoot at the floor.
I don't care about Splatoon 1, so no, I don't think there should have been a Splatoon 2, but they already made that, and it obviously sold well enough that they think they should make a Splatoon 3.
I love the aesthetics of Splatoon, I'll admit it. But the game is just like every other shooter,
Yeah.
except worse. Except it is the worst version of every shooter ever made.
Okay. I think the only
Uh,
thing that stuck out to me from the Nintendo Direct news was N64 games coming to Virtual Console soon.
that's true.
That's
That's
pretty
true.
cool.
With a Nintendo Plus
Yeah.
subscription. And now you got to pay more than $20 a year, which if you've used Nintendo Online, you would know that it's not even really worth $20 a year.
But
Uh,
now there's going to be Nintendo 64
wow,
games, Chris.
that you can pay even more money for
Yeah.
the same terrible connection.
Yeah, but
But now
it's.
you get Nintendo 64
But
games.
now you get Super Mario 64, Chris. Other than the fact that
It's
they already
true.
remade that. Well, re released that. They didn't remake it.
Well, if you didn't buy it for $60.
Hey, well, joke's on you. I own the 3 pack.
Yeah, so do I,
Yeah.
unfortunately. And I played it once, and I said, "This is just the worst to control."
Well, that's just that
And
game.
then I stopped playing it.
That game has a lot of, people loved it. Because for what it was revolutionary. But looking back, it was not what it needed to be looking back. Like, it's like, oh, yeah,
Yeah,
that game's not great. The camera, especially, is just atrocious in that game.
the camera is atrocious. I might play Super Mario Galaxy in that 3-pack,
That's
though.
fair.
I've heard the Galaxy is pretty astounding.
Yeah. There
Uh,
was also Sunshine, right? Was the
yeah,
third game?
Sunshine, which
Yeah.
is, everyone who's played Sunshine's favorite game.
Absolutely not. I did not enjoy Sunshine. I mean, it wasn't bad, but I didn't like it was. I had it for the GameCube, and it was not my favorite game. I definitely was more of a. Honestly, my favorite Mario game. I mean, I'm probably gonna get hated in the future comments for this. Is
Super Mario Party 2.
no, it's Super Mario. It's Super Mario 64 for the DS. I felt like they really kind of refined the controls on that and made it a fun handheld experience.
Wow, I
Sorry.
can't believe you'd say
Uh,
that.
it's probably a spicy
Speaking of
take.
things that I can't believe,
All right, let's move on
is
to the
our
next story.
next news article.
Look at that! It's
Not
a
even really a news article.
It's not really. Well, it was. I did take this from an article.
No. Fair.
We have
Well,
a cookie here, as you see there. It's I
yeah,
guess a little
you might
background to
recognize
this.
that little guy on the cookie.
Yeah, that's obviously that's Mew. We'll get to Mew in a second, but just I guess brief description of why this is even existing. Apparently, the Pokemon Company and Nabisco made a deal to make a special edition Pokemon Oreos with 16 different Pokemon that can be in them. And
Ooh.
well, the internet's decided to do its internet thing and decided
Collect Pokemon and resell it.
that these Mew cookies are worth a lot. And
Yep.
when I say worth a lot, I mean a stupid amount of money. You could think, hey, a couple thousand, that's insane, right? How about 13,000? I think $300 was one of the cookies was going for on eBay with like 40 plus bids on it. Like, so it was like people were still going back and forth kind of a thing.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
$13,000 for a cookie that's gonna go. It's a cookie. It's going to go bad. It's
No,
not.
you could vacuum seal it.
You're right. Maybe you could bronze it.
Vacuum seal it, put it on display, frame it.
And
Oh my
I
gosh.
didn't do a lot of research into this story. I just thought it was like, this is insane, and I want to make fun of people who care about this.
Yeah. So I was curious
Okay.
and I decided to Google, Mew Oreo for sale.
Mm-hmm.
I said, surely the rarity of Mew Oreos is not that high.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not $13,000 high, but it is still like 1,000 is the average listing.
So like,
I would say.
These
There
cookies.
is some people with some sense in their head that are, selling it for $90 because,
But, like,
it's not.
Is this not just? Maybe you probably didn't do enough research on it either, but maybe we could just speculate here. Are these rare in the box? Like, I haven't heard anything about that specifically. Just that people are trying to sell it for a lot of money. Like, maybe the the packages were slightly rare. I don't know. I think it might have been a limited run, but like, was Mew more rare than the other cookies in it? Were you only getting one Mew per box, or not even guaranteed that? Or I feel like these are probably mass produced in a sense that you probably get similar amount of Mews as you would
Mew.
every other cookie.
There is tons of listings.
Okay,
Like,
I mean,
tons. I can't imagine that they're that rare.
Okay, I don't get it. I don't get why you'd spend more than like $5 on this. Realistically, it's a cookie.
Yeah, I feel like if you want the Mew Oreo bad enough, you just buy the Pokemon. Now, are the Pokemon Oreos out of circulation?
Probably. At this point, probably. It was probably a thing where it popped in for like a month. People bought all of them so they could sell them, because that's how the world works these days.
Hold on, I'm going to the Pokemon Times Oreo Limited Edition cookies. 15 ounce, please. Thank you. Just to review this product. Let's see. I'll put it in my location.
All right. For the audio listeners, it's the same as if you're watching the video. It's just us sitting here not knowing.
See, I'm not seeing anywhere that has it in stock.
Okay, so I mean, I guess that changes it slightly, but it's still a cookie. Like,
there might be one at a Target.
Oh, okay. See.
Nope.
Okay.
Oh, there's not.
Even if you can't find the cookies anymore, it's a cookie. Move on with your life if you're someone who cares about this. I don't get it. Like, I get collecting cards and stuff like that because like those are like not perishable.
They are non-perishable.
This is food. It's not worth it.
You know what you're supposed to do with cookies?
Eat it.
Eat them.
I wish I would have somehow had the foresight to know this was coming and know to buy it, because I wish I could have just made videos of me eating the Mew Oreos.
And here's the Mew Oreo, said to be the most delicious. And
nope, it tastes like an Oreo.
But you could taste the rarity, says Monkey Thunder. Yeah, I don't know.
Now if they made, I forgot the name of the show I was gonna make a joke about.
No, I thought you were gonna make a card joke like, oh no, if it was a holographic Mew Oreo.
No, that would have been good. I was gonna make a My Little Pony joke with rarity, which is worse for sure. It's like, now if it was a rarity Oreo, I'd eat that.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Oh, I'm glad you didn't.
But I did still, so it kind of yeah.
Yeah, it did cancel itself out there.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of things we wish people
Oh no,
didn't
people
do.
are calling us bronies. That's not good. Oh, I'm sorry.
Well,
to be fair, it was only me who said it. I mean, Chris was the one who watched the show back in the day, not me. But still, I was the one who said it.
Supposed to be like this. In front of all of our fans, we're gonna lose all our viewers.
You're right.
I can't know that I watched My Little Pony.
Okay, I'm just saying. I didn't.
It was ironic. It wasn't.
All right, let's move on to our next story. Let's it's a nice uplifting story we're gonna go to next.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. Here we go.
Sure,
Right here
that's what it is.
we have a nice little post from the Broward County government which is from the Broward County, Florida. They're talking about Hispanic Heritage Month. National Hispanic Heritage Month starts today. It begins on the 15th of September every year to celebrate the independence of Latin American countries, Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, and Nicaragua.
Uh-huh.
I knew what I was doing. I'm fine.
I'll get there.
What are you doing to celebrate? Doesn't that sound like such a great post from a local government that just they care about Hispanic Heritage Month, right? Wrong. The answer is no. The answer is they put this dancing GIF, which is only a picture of it, but a dancing GIF of a taco under it.
Yep.
Could you be any more racist and tone deaf with your it was such it's genuinely a really well worded little tweet there, and then here's a picture of a dancing taco because whoever posted this is obviously white and doesn't actually understand Hispanic culture.
Monkey Thunder says it looks like it would be from regular show, and you're wrong, Monkey Thunder. Pretty sure that's actually by the same animator who did Chowder.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
I saw that picture and immediately went, "Huh, Chowder."
Well, that's really the whole story.
If that is.
That's really the whole story is that these people were tone deaf. They realized their mistake and they didn't pull it down. But it's just, I don't know. I just wanted to I wanted everyone else to suffer with me as I had to see that. Be like, oh, you idiots.
This is why I'm glad I don't have Twitter.
I actually didn't see it on Twitter. I saw a video about someone else pointing out the problem.
I see.
Yeah. That's how I do things. Well,
yeah.
What's our next story? I forgot. Oh, it's time
TikTok.
for our regular segment. It's Old Man Yells at TikTok.
Old man yelling at TikTok. Here we go.
We need a little theme song for this. It's just
That's so crazy.
Oh, I
Old
hate
man
the children.
Yelling at TikTok.
Oh, back in my day, we read the newspaper.
Yelling at TikTok.
Yeah, there we go. Someone clip that on Twitch. Send it to us.
Yeah, clip it on Twitch.
Yeah, clip it and
edit it heavily.
Yeah.
Send it back to us. So we can use
it. If someone wants to do that, I will 100%
No.
put it in the video with credit to you. That's as much as I can do right now. I'm sorry. We don't make money. We can't pay you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, very poor.
Yeah. So it's time to yell at TikTok, which actually, I'll be honest, that's the name of the segment because we do it somehow every week. This is week 3 and we've done it every time. It wasn't a plan when we started, but it has so far become a weekly segment. This is actually...
It's just so much content to talk about.
Sorry. I got distracted by the chat. It was a really long message, and I read it, and I was like, oh, what's going on? But that's not a good podcast, and I'm sorry. I am sorry that I did that. The point is TikTok. TikTok did things again. Last week, we talked about the Devious Lick. And, well, TikTok, I guess, they decided that there needed to be a equal and opposite reaction to that, and that's where we got the angelic yield.
Oh?
Yeah, it's actually a good thing. It's a fun, it's a weird, weird Gen Z being weird Gen Z. Here's me yelling at TikTok again still. Even when I'm complimenting them, I have to call them weird.
Yeah. Weirdos doing good things.
Yeah. Well, no, they're doing it in weird ways still. So
yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, they're going back to the bathrooms because that's where all the good TikTok content happens, in a place where you legally can't actually produce a video.
Yeah. Shout out to Dr. Disrespect. What's up?
Ooh, don't mention him. We'll get kicked off Twitch too. But yeah, so angelic yield is basically it's the opposite. There's probably I don't remember what it is because I don't actually on TikTok. There's some fun peppy song that plays behind it, and you go to your bathroom and you put nice things in it, like a welcome mat and a coffee maker and Various things like that.
And a toilet. No,
I don't think anyone returned any toilets because typically bathrooms have toilets in them, except for the ones
typically.
except for the devious licked ones. But
The deviously licked toilets.
but yeah, I will give them. I'll give the TikTok kids credit. This is a happy story. It's a little weird. You're putting a coffee maker in a bathroom. I hope no one actually drank out of that coffee maker because that's disgusting.
Well, sometimes you need coffee before you poop. Get things running.
But the particles in the air, no. Don't. If you ever walk into a bathroom and you see a coffee maker, do not drink the coffee. The intentions of the man who put it in there might have been pure of heart, but it's still poop coffee. Don't drink it.
The intentions may have been pure, but the coffee sure is.
No, it is not.
Oh dear.
In more TikTok news, this is not me, yelling at TikTok itself or anything. This is more the people behind TikTok, the great leaders in China.
Our overlords.
Well, that's Disney. China. No, Disney's our overlord. Get it right.
And who do you think owned Disney?
Oh,
China.
Oh, if I could snap, I'd be snapping right now for you, man. That's good. That's a good statement. Makes you think, doesn't it? Makes you think
about China.
Makes you think. Why else does Disney make? I don't know. I was gonna make some sort of joke, but I couldn't even think of a joke to make there. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no good joke to make.
I mean, to be fair, Disney they cater to the Chinese market, but not as bad as some countries out there, companies out there, not countries. But was it the fifth or sixth Transformers movie where half the story just decides to take place in China because they wanted to market it to China better?
Well,
I think maybe Age of Extinction, half the movie takes place in China. I could be wrong on which movie it is. It might be The Last Night or whatever it's called. That one. I believe one of those movies, half the movie takes place in China because they were trying to get the Chinese market to approve their movie being released in China.
Interesting.
Yeah. That's been your Transformers news from 6 years ago. Yeah, back to China.
Trivia for you.
Yeah, back to China. TikTok, which is a Chinese company, yeah. So in China, the government has decided to cut down on the kids using the TikTok. Their own TikTok, they don't want them using it. No, they can't use it. If they're
almost like it's causing developmental issues.
I don't know what you're talking about. No, TikTok is great. We love TikTok.
Wild. Who would have thought?
Yeah, they have limited the usage for children under 14 to no more than 40 minutes a day, which, to be fair, probably still too long. But I'm sure, as someone who loves my other social media apps and my forms of getting stuff in, if I only had 40 minutes, it would make me kind of disappointed. I would be sad. I'd be like, oh, but I want to watch more. So my heart does break for the little Chinese children. But there's nothing I can do about it. That's just the way it is.
What else are they going to do with their time?
Yeah. Well, they can't play video games. I didn't write this down. That's another part of this news story. They're also cracking out on video games. I don't remember all the, but they basically... Not going to be
able to play with Chinese kids on GTA anymore? This is tragic.
I don't remember the exact numbers, but they have drastically limited the amount of video games kids can play. It's something like 30 minutes a day, except for on weekends, where they can go up to an hour.
30 minutes in a video game?
Chris? Yeah. Exactly.
That's terrible.
Yeah, no, China is saying, hey, video games and the internet might be addictive, and we are not letting our kids take the risk of messing with it, which, fair. It's probably true.
I kind of respect that.
I mean, fair, but poor kids.
TikTok, I understand.
Here's the thing, for both of them, for the next generation of kids, they're going to be so much better for it. For this generation of kids who have already are addicted, those poor kids.
They're going to be going through withdrawals.
Yeah, it's going to suck for them. The next generation, they're going to be some of the best well-adjusted children we've seen since the 50s. It's going to be great. But it's
been a while since we've had well-adjusted human beings.
Yeah, but for the kids who are going through China's school system now, they're out of luck. Those poor kids already are addicted to video games.
That's true.
That's the China story. That's the end of TikTok talk.
Goodbye, TikTok.
That's what we should call it. I should have maybe I have to change from Old Man Yells at TikTok to TikTok talk.
TTT, triple T,
Yeah, Triple T.
triple T in the morning
Yeah,
at
yeah.
night, 9:30.
Sure.
It's a very catchy title,
It
really, when you
is.
think about it.
Well, let's tell a story about 2016. Let's think back to
Hmm.
that time. It's a fond memory for all of us, right? Maybe, maybe not. That's fair.
Before the
Before the
times.
end times, as we called it. You remember the fall of 2016? It was a real spooky time, and no, I'm not getting political,
No,
but
it was just a literally spooky time
literal spooky time back in
because there
2016.
was clowns running all over the streets. It
That's
was
right. You remember?
crazy.
Yeah, you remember that, right, Chris? Everyone remembers that, right?
I do remember
The
that.
clown sightings that were just going crazy for like 2 to 3 months and then just stopped
Yeah.
with no explanation.
Yep.
Some people say they're still out there, and some of those people would be right, because that's right. They're back, baby. Hot Boy Summer. It's out. It's
Clown
scary.
Boys Summer.
It's scary clown fall, baby. We're bringing them back. We're bringing the clowns back. Well, we're not. Singapore is.
Yeah.
In Singapore recently, there was men dressed as clowns that were being sighted loitering near schools, which, it's creepy. Apparently, they kept staring at kids. There's some reports of them like trying to bribe kids to follow them. That, I believe, has not been confirmed. That part of it, but there were a lot of clowns. Maybe not a lot. There was a couple clowns loitering at a couple different places, really spooking people out because they're clowns. That's scary.
Yeah.
Clowns are gross. Unless you're a clown, I respect you for your service.
Unless you're at a circus where clowns specifically are supposed to be.
But the thing is, it sounds like a spooky story, and unlike the 2016 clowns, that there's still no answer to why they're here. We still don't know. We'll never know. We know why these clowns were around. This story does not go unanswered. They were apparently just marketing a speech academy.
Yeah.
So some parents who actually went up to confront these clowns were handed pamphlets from this Speech Academy Asia. And apparently the idea was basically a viral marketing thing that didn't work. It scared people, not made people want to go to their speech academy.
Yeah, crazy. Who would have thought?
Who would have thought? Creepy clowns doesn't... I don't understand the jump in logic there from where we go creepy clowns to speech academy. Now if it was a clown college,
it just makes sense.
Respect. That's a great marketing for a clown college.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a horrible marketing strategy, having grown men dressed as clowns to talk to children. That's a great point from Chewie there. Yeah, that's whoever thought of that deserves to be fired. And I don't believe they were. I believe they just said, "Hey, our bad. We'll stop."
Whoopsies. Guess no more creepy clowns.
No more creepy clowns.
Aw, jeez.
Well, Chris, I think next little side step here is we should tell our creepy clown story, which I don't believe we ever told on the podcast.
You have a creepy clown story?
We have a creepy clown story. You don't remember our creepy clown story? All right. Well, I guess I have to be the one who tells the whole story. All right. So there was one night. It was a autumn night in 2016, obviously, because we were thinking about creepy clowns. We had stayed over late at a friend's house playing the game of Risk, and we left. It was about probably 1:00 in the morning. We were leaving playing Risk, and it was really foggy out. And the joker I am, was like, "Hey Chris, wouldn't it be funny if we saw a scary clown tonight?" And we were like, "Haha, stupid." We got in the car, we started driving down the road, and right there in the middle of the road stood the figure. I mean, it was a possum, but it really scared us. We thought it was a clown that day.
Yeah, its eyes were glowing.
It was really scary
because it was looking back at us, and we're like, "Oh god."
We thought it was a scary clown because we were thinking about scary clowns. It was only a possum. Or it might have been yeah, it was a possum, right? I think it was a possum.
No, it was a possum.
Yeah.
Just hanging out in the middle of the street.
Or is it an opossum? Which one's the difference? I don't remember which one's which.
Pretty sure it was an opossum.
Okay.
But...
I think possums are exclusive to Australia. I think.
I don't know.
It's some weird thing. This is not the animal science show. No, I'm sorry if that's what you tuned in for. I don't know how you made it through the first 50 minutes of this podcast, but we are not the science show.
No.
We're Did you not hear us at the beginning? We're two white guys sharing our opinion.
Sharing our opinion about entertainment news mostly and other things.
Oh, we're
And
having
it happens.
we have two new songs for this episode? Dang.
We, I was just talking.
Oh, you were talking rhythmically though, so I thought you were
Oh,
trying to sing.
sorry.
Don't do that. Stop being rhythmic.
Sorry. Can't help it.
All right. This next story is kind of a spicy one. I don't know spicy. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm talking.
Oh,
I'm talking about.
spicy.
It's
Ooh.
spicy. Ooh.
Not spicy at all, actually.
Yeah, not at all.
Interesting.
This next story is interesting and could have huge ramifications for the entertainment industry as we know it,
Yeah,
if
it's
it
true.
goes in the way of certain parties involved. We're gonna talk. So that's all, folks. We're done. I quit. I stumbled over my words. We're done.
All right. Well, I guess it's been a good podcast. I'll see you guys next week.
Nah, just kidding. Marvel. We're talking about Marvel. If
Yeah,
you,
we are.
I thought this story was all over the internet, but Chris didn't know about it till I showed it to him. So apparently, maybe it's not as prevailing news as I thought it was. But Marvel might be losing the rights to a ton of their characters. Characters that include Spider-Man, Iron Man, Black Widow, Hawkeye, Ant-Man, Thor. You know, I mean, some of those characters. Yeah, who cares if Hawkeye goes away? But like, some of those characters matter.
Yeah.
So the story here is
Yeah.
that it was in August. The estate of Spider-Man co-creator Steve Ditko filed a notice of termination on Spider-Man. So from my base level understanding is that due to American copyright law, after a certain number of years, you can get the rights, like heirs to something created can get the rights back to it sometimes. I'm probably not explaining it great, but basically like that. So basically, fair. Wait. I don't know if you're on the side of Marvel or on the side of Steve Ditko. Chewy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either way.
Either way, this story. So this Steve Ditko, he's suing. He's trying to stop them. And after he started that, a bunch of other former creators have kind of, one former creator's estate and a former creator jumped in the Don Heck. That's an awesome name. I didn't even realize that. That's a great name.
Heck.
Don Heck, who is the co-creator of Iron Man, Black Widow, and Hawkeye, as well as that was the estate of Don Heck, and as well as Larry Lieber, the co-creator of Iron Man, Thor, and Ant-Man. They have all followed suit in trying to stop Disney from using said Marvel properties.
Wild.
Which, like, I want to not play. I don't ever want to be on the side of evil corporations, and
Yeah.
that's why I'm not, because Disney is a great, just overlord. But no, Disney has some evilness to them because they are a mega corporation. But
You're right.
I don't see personally, and maybe it's because I haven't gone digging deep enough, the argument for why all these families deserve to have the rights to their stuff back. What are they going to do with it? These people aren't, these estates, they're not comic creators. We should not make these comics anymore. We should not make movies off of them anymore. Maybe they should get paid a little better. Maybe they're not getting paid enough. And if that's the case, that's probably what's going to end up happening here. They're probably going to settle out of court, and Disney's going to pay them a bunch of money. And I'll be honest, the cynic in me thinks that's probably why these estates are even doing it, is they just want more money.
Probably.
Specifically, Steve Ditko's family probably said, "Oh, look at that! This Spider-Man trailer is the #1 trailer ever, and we're not going to make a dime off of it." Well, that's not going to happen. I want to believe that's not the truth, and maybe there's a real justified reason why they want this, but the world sucks, and I don't trust there to be good reasons. And I feel like these
I'm a cynic, and
yeah,
I'm pretty sure the only reason behind this whole ordeal is people want more money,
Yeah,
because people are greedy and
yeah,
they
and
suck.
and don't get me
yeah,
wrong, Disney doesn't need more money, but
no,
they're also
they don't.
like, I mean, not everyone loves it. I get that, but Disney slash Marvel right now is trying their darndest to make great content with a lot of these specific characters. You might not personally enjoy, but they're not. It's not like they're just shilling out stuff. They're putting like really good directors and like getting them to try to make actual content. And like I don't know, I'm on Disney's side, which I guess goes back to last week. They
Yeah.
are our overlords, and I will continue to support them.
Yeah, this is one of the very few cases that I would ever side on Disney with.
That's fair.
I
No.
don't see really any value in the original estates getting the rights back to
Yeah.
these properties.
I feel like that happens a lot.
Just
I feel like
yeah.
weirdly enough, that's kind of how I feel a lot of times when it comes to weird copyright law loopholes and stuff. Is as much as yeah, only the mega corporations get to find these loopholes and abuse them in some people's mind. I'm normally on the side of them. Like I don't think Mickey Mouse should go into the public domain. That's weird. You know, what I mean, like it's kind of like he's a Disney thing, and there's Disney still making stuff with him. But because he's so old, I believe it's either like it's happening this year or next year, or within the next like couple years. He's going to go into the public domain, which means like anyone will be able to use him. Which like don't get me wrong, we will have new Mickey Mouse Downtown Kentucky shirts coming out the second we can, but.
And I am going to become Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, Chris will start doing exclusively his Mickey Mouse voice, but no.
That's pretty good, I won't lie.
But no, I mean like
One
it's
of my
like
aces in the hole.
that's an example of it. Is like that one, like and this one, like yeah, it sucks that you're siding with the corporate side because typically, yeah, these corporations they do a lot of other horrible things behind the scenes that I'm not siding them with. But when it comes to copyright stuff, I mean, yeah, no, they're the ones making the content. They should keep having the rights to it. I don't know.
Yeah.
They might. That's my maybe the future commenters are gonna attack us for this. Maybe maybe Chewie was on the side of the creators and now hates us. And we loved you while you were here, Chewie. We will sadly miss you if that's the case.
Well, I'm with you on the side of Marvel keeping these characters. I don't think Mickey being public domain is bad because I think Mickey can still be made by Disney regardless if it's public domain or not.
I mean, it can, but there's an element of like this is gonna get kind of dark and borderline not PG, which is weird for us. But the second Mickey Mouse becomes not in the public domain, people can start making him do terrible things and can't get stopped.
I mean,
Violence, pornography, things like that. That yeah, those things exist already. But if Disney finds them, they can pull it down and be like, "Hey, you're using our stuff." Now they won't be able to, and that stuff could eventually just start showing up when you Google search it and stuff if they keep putting it out there. It might not happen, but I believe that's the corporate side of part of one. They don't want anyone else to make money, but the other side is they don't want that kind of stuff to happen.
Yeah.
And I kind of like it's a slippery slope when you let things like that go into public domain because then things like that can happen. Will it? Who knows? Maybe I'm just overthinking it. But the point is, I'm on the side.
I think you're putting Mickey Mouse on too high of a pedestal here.
Maybe. But the point I was just saying is it was just another example of times I'm on the side of Disney and copyright law. I typically end up going more with Disney, like corporations when it comes to copyright law. I don't know. This one is a situation where maybe, hey, maybe the good news is maybe these estates who in the past got screwed over financially are going to make some money. Maybe some of them really deserve the money. I don't know enough about their stories to know how badly they got screwed over. So,
I don't know these people personally.
Yeah. Even if I don't know them personally, I don't even know their stories. Like, I don't know much about. I've heard the name Steve Ditko,
I don't know
and
them
that's
personally or at all.
Yeah,
really.
The only name I had even heard of those three was Steve Ditko. Like, and that's like in passing of me, like I think I've read that name somewhere. Like
I've heard of Don Hook as well.
Yeah, so it's like if their families get the money they never got, good, great. Yeah. I hope they don't win the way they're trying to win, in the sense of like, on paper they want to take away those properties from Disney / Marvel, and it's like, I don't know, as a consumer, that would suck. It would suck for Spider-Man, Ant-Man, any version of Iron Man, like all that, like that stuff would suck if it was gone.
all the future, phase 4 of the Marvel
Yeah,
movies that are happening,
and
just
it's
to
like,
be
yeah,
sucked out.
I think I didn't read it in like the article I copied this from, like this information down from, but I did remember seeing somewhere else that Doctor Strange is also one of the people who's in this list. So like Doctor Strange, as well as like Ant-Man, like those are two of the next big movies that are supposed to come out after like the Spider-Man Far From Home, not Far From Home, No Way Home is before the date that this is supposed to go into like effect if they win. It's sometime
Mm.
next year. So like that movie will still come out. But all those other movies post that, like that would suck if those don't come out. Especially like it would suck for the creators who've been working on them already. Doctor
Yeah.
Strange Multiverse of Madness is already like in post production. If that never gets to come out because they lose the rights, that would suck for everyone involved. And I don't know. I don't know. There's probably another side of the story that I don't know that makes us look like the jerks for not defending them at all. But I don't know. I just that's that part of the news. That's really it. I don't really have any more insight on it. I probably rambled more than I needed to on it, but
Probably.
gosh darn it, I love
Uh,
my Disney, and I love my Disney corporate overlords, and I want them to succeed.
yeah.
But honestly, it's mostly just, in closing, it's mostly just selfish. As a fan, I don't want to see them go away. It's really what it comes down to is I don't believe that Steve Ditko's family is going to go make an awesome Spider-Man movie when they get the rights back. I think Disney / Marvel might. But, we'll see what happens. Speaking of movies, though...
Made by Marvel,
Okay,
sort of.
no, made by Fox, and now owned by Marvel.
Yeah.
Also created by Stan Lee, who I did see that... Sorry, a little piece I didn't mention, because I don't even really mention that Disney is countersuing them. That is the thing they're doing to try to stop this from happening. They are also suing Stan Lee's family, even though I didn't see Stan Lee's family mentioned. I think it might just be like they're suing all the creators to make sure, like, to set a precedent of, hey, you can't take it. I don't... Whatever. We're trying to move off of that story, but the point is, Stan Lee created the Fantastic Four. I'm 99% sure. We're talking about the Fantastic Four now. It's Movie Club.
Movie club time.
This movie was...
Past week we watched Fan Four Stick, which is the 2015 Fantastic Four movie that they made. And
really
wow,
boring.
boy, should they not have done that.
Well, no, I don't even say that. They should have made the movie. They should have made a good one. Or a better one. There was so many glaring issues, which I want to start off by saying, I'm glad the movie wasn't racist. That was a nice change of pace.
That was a nice change of pace.
Yeah, but it wasn't good by any means.
Oh,
the fact
it was
that,
actually terribly boring.
Yeah, nothing happens for the first hour, at all. And then even after that first hour, it only slowly starts to do anything. The literal spoilers, if you haven't seen the movie, tune out now. And and if you're going to try to suffer through this movie because you haven't seen it, please go to patreon.com/downtownkentucky and listen to our audio commentary while you watch it.
Do it.
It will make it a mildly more enjoyable experience, I hope. But yeah, the point, I don't remember what I was saying. Oh yeah, the first action scene doesn't happen till 10 minutes left in the movie. The first and only action scene.
And it is about 6 minutes long.
Yeah, this movie is literally a way too long first half of another movie that never existed.
Yeah.
This movie should have been... If they did everything that happened in this movie in the first hour of a 2-hour movie, it might have been an okay movie. Might have. Yeah. But instead, they did...
Probably still not.
Almost nothing for an hour, 20 minutes. 10-minute fight scene, 5-minute prologue, roll credits.
The delivery of the lines in this movie from every single cast member except for Miles Teller,
who plays Reed Richards.
Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic. Everyone else though, just absolutely monotone. Just sounds like they don't want to be there.
None of them sound like they want to be there.
Even Michael B. Jordan,
who's one of my favorite actors.
Super charismatic, just naturally. It's awful in this film.
Bad. But you
They
know,
really do have, yeah, a decently solid cast,
it's honestly
and
a
it's
pretty great
just,
cast. I feel like on paper that movie should have been good,
yeah,
but it wasn't.
yeah,
From the
it sure
start, we
wasn't.
talked about it on our commentary, and if you're gonna go listen to that, please do it.
Yeah,
Please
check
listen.
it out on our free Patreon.
Yeah, I guess I didn't mention that when I mentioned the Patreon. Yeah, all of our
Yeah,
Patreon stuff is free. You can get an audio version of this podcast and a commentary track every week for the movie we
that's
talk
right.
about in the movie club segment. And one of the things we mentioned on this is, I think it's just such a. I feel like it's part of the trivia of this movie, and I think it encapsulates what makes this movie so bad. Kate Mara, who plays the Invisible Woman, asked what comics this was based off of so she could read them because she wanted to know more about her character and portray it better. And she was told, don't. If that doesn't tell you this is going to be a bad comic book movie, when the creators tell you, don't read the comics it's supposed to be based off of, it shows you why their vision is probably not going in the right spot for this comic book movie.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
pretty
it's one thing
terrible.
to like not. It would be one thing to not like give actors comics that you want them to read. Like, because I think that'd be even like that's above and beyond, and that'd be really cool if a director did do that. But like, it's one thing to not give them suggestions. But if they come to you asking for one, and you're like, no, this is an original idea. There's no comic you could read. What? Oh, it was so boring, so
Yeah,
bad. And I'm very happy to now tell you that next week's movie is not boring.
that's
It's
right.
might be a little bad. I mean, I'll be honest. It's one of my favorite movies of all time.
And it's not gonna be random. That's
It's
right.
not. That's true. Yeah. So we're not doing a random pull for this. Honestly, I don't know how often we'll do random pull because I think sometimes it might make more sense to do themed things at times. We'll see. We'll pull
Yeah.
random when we need to. But for this whole month, we have a special theme because I mean today's technically this podcast is coming out in September, but when we
In
talk
four
about this,
days,
yeah,
it's gonna be
yeah,
October.
and when we talk about this movie on next week's movie club, it will be October, which I don't know if this is your first year of being alive, but October is
It's your first
Halloween's
year of
month.
being alive. If it's your first year of being alive and you're watching our podcast,
And comprehending it?
yeah,
Oh!
applaud to you, baby genius.
Yeah, but
Not to be confused with the terrible movie Baby
which
Genius.
we'll probably watch at some point.
Oh, jeez.
Thanks for reminding me that movie exists, Chris.
I'm
I'm gonna
sorry.
have to write that down now.
I'm sorry, guys. We're gonna have to do Baby Genius.
We are gonna have
Movie
to do
club
Baby
at some point,
Geniuses
probably.
now. But we've done a lot of weird, like not saying it there. But the first movie, and I'm not gonna tell you what every movie we're watching this month is, but you'll probably figure it out by what the first one is. Especially if you remember that there's 4 weeks in October, which would mean we'd have 4 Halloween movies.
Uh-huh.
Our first one,
Casper the Friendly Ghost.
no, maybe next year.
Oh, okay.
This year, the first movie we're watching is Halloween
Oh,
Town.
man. Oh, Halloween.
Did you say
Yeah, that
Hollow
makes
Man?
sense.
Did you say Hollow Man?
No, I said Spider-Man.
Oh. Oh yes, it is Halloween Town, which is literally one of my favorite like Halloween movies. Like I love that movie, but I will also say it is a decom made for children, so I'm sure that it'll be rife with stuff to pick at and realize its flaws. And this is probably going to ruin one of my favorite movies for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna poop all over your favorite movie. I got news for you.
Oh no! Oh no!
I remember loving those movies as a kid, but I can also like distinctly recall some things that were pretty terrible about this.
Oh no! I watched this movie last year and still loved it.
Uh-oh. Austin's still a child guy.
Oh, shut up! You like Pacific Rim? It's the same idea. It's a fun thing to watch. I'm never saying it's art.
It's high art, honey. Halloween Town is a masterpiece.
Well, actually, honestly, I think the first Halloween Town and the third Halloween Town that we might watch someday. I winked at the
Maybe.
camera. I winked at the camera for the audio
Oh.
listeners and Chris.
Thank
All right, forget it. Forget the joke. We're gonna be reviewing all 4 Halloween Town movies.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: the first one is one of my favorite movies. The
Just
third,
didn't get those heavily.
yeah, the second
hinted.
one is a good movie that I didn't love. The third movie is garbage, but it's one of my favorite movies as well. And the fourth one is pure trash. So you got that to look forward to. This week, though, it's Halloween Town 1. The whole point of Movie Club, because I didn't say it at the beginning of this segment because I'm a horrible podcast host. The whole point of Movie Club is it's a book club, but for movies. So you guys go watch it, too, and you can be part of the discussion. If you comment your thoughts on the movie, I'll read it.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Whoa. We can have a conversation in chat. If you watch along.
And going forward, we are going... Not that the exact day we record it matters to you, because you still won't be able to be there for the recording. But we are going to start recording our audio track a little earlier in the week. So it will be coming out for you either Wednesday evening or Thursday. I'm thinking probably Thursday, because we already have a video that comes out on Wednesday. But it'll be one of those 2 days, which will give you a couple of days to watch it with our audio track if you want to, have that part of the experience. So
that's right.
That's on our Patreon at patreon.com/Downtown Kentucky, which everything we put up there right now is free. Someday when we add other
There's
content...
no reason not to go there.
There's no reason not to. It's just free audio. It's extra. Do you like us? Well, there's an extra hour and a half of us every week that is exclusive to our Patreon for free.
It's us in our most raw state.
Yeah.
Just watching movies.
Yeah, and just wanting to blow our brains out for the first 2 ones. But I'm not going to want to do that for this next one. Chris might, I don't know, but I'm going to love this next movie because it's one of my favorite movies.
I'm sure it'll still be in it. I think it'll be the best movie we've watched so far.
I mean, that's not saying literally anything.
It's not saying much at all.
Chris,
I think I'll have a better time than I have in the past 2 movies.
We could watch, one of us getting a colonoscopy, and it would be a better movie than the last 2 movies we watched.
It would be a really cool movie. I'd really appreciate the character development in those movies. Okay.
All right. Well, it's time for our second to last segment of the night, which we gotta actually kind of go through. We've been going a little. One of those segments is
on a little bit.
We're just gonna. Chris, real quick, we're gonna move it up here, and I'm sorry, spoilers ish. The whole reason we put it at the end was so, if you wanted to leave, you could. Chris, what are your thoughts on the Matrix trailer?
The Matrix Resurrection trailer.
Yeah. No, I want you to tell me your thoughts on the original trailer from the first Matrix. You didn't watch that for this week? Chris!
Sorry. I only watched the Matrix Resurrection
Well, let's be honest.
trailer.
They hit a lot of the same scenes in the trailer, so it's the same thing, right?
I don't know if that's true. But, yeah, I mean, it was interesting.
Fair.
So... For everyone listening, Austin watched me watch this trailer.
That was a very fun experience.
And got to see my live initial reaction to the Matrix Resurrection trailer.
There was a lot of,
which was mostly
that guy.
Okay.
Oh,
hey,
cool. Neil Patrick Harris?
Whoa, he's in this.
It was honestly great, and I wish I recorded it to release on
Trinity's in the movie.
I guess socials. I don't know. Yeah, I guess we can start releasing stuff like that maybe on socials if we ever do that again.
Yeah, I wasn't blown away by it by any means.
What?
But seems interesting, the concept of what they're gonna do.
Yeah. I haven't seen any of the other ones, but
Neo
honestly,
doesn't even really know that he's Neo anymore, and the past is kind of a blur for him, so he's got to rediscover, that he's the chosen one, or maybe he's not. Who knows?
I saw a really
definitely seems
good,
like they're taking a different direction with this.
Film Theory did a really good theory on it that I liked about it being actually. I don't remember all the details, but go watch Film Theory. They're better than us. Go watch all of Matt Pat's content. He's way better content creator than us. Go watch him.
I mean, yeah, it's objectively true.
Just go watch him. Why are you still here? But yeah, my thoughts on the new Matrix trailer, which I think I might have said before, is it looks good. I've seen no other Matrix movie, but this trailer was like, oh, I might need to go watch the first one, because I've heard it's the only one worth watching.
That's valid. I mean, the first Matrix movie is good.
Yeah.
That's just, you should watch that.
I'm just going to watch the Animatrix. I'll get the gist, right?
Haha. No.
Oh, okay.
No, don't do that.
Well, to close out with what I think, at least it felt like last week, our most popular segment we do, it's time for Tournament of Champions. Champions.
So who do we have in this week's bracket?
Well, this week, kind of playing off of last week, we have video game villains.
Oh my god!
Let's break down this bracket for the fine folks on the audio listeners. On
Tell me all
our
about it.
West Coast bracket, in our first matchup, we have Shao Kahn from Mortal Kombat taking on. What?
Huh?
It sounded like you said something when I said that.
I said, oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I haven't played Mortal Kombat a lot, so
Ah.
I saw Shao Kahn on the list, and I was like, I don't really remember who Shao Kahn is.
I'll be honest, I don't know much about Mortal Kombat, but I saw him in like every list of best video game villains. Like, well, I guess I have to include him. Next we have is Mr. X from Resident Evil 2.
Oh, okay.
Oh
Interesting.
gosh, this is gonna be great. I hope Chris would have. I thought Chris played the Resident Evil game before.
Nope,
Oh, okay.
not a single one.
Well, that first one's gonna be all guesswork.
Actually, I've played a little bit of Resident Evil 4. That's it.
I guess I should have chose the villain for that. Next we have Sephiroth
Hey, I know that guy.
taking from Final Fantasy VII. Right?
Woo,
Right?
Sephiroth!
Okay, yeah. Taking on Bowser from the Super Mario franchise.
Oh, they're taking on Jack Black?
Yeah, Jack Black's Bowser. So Bowser loses automatically. Sorry.
Yeah.
No,
I mean,
whoa. We're still telling them the bracket. Moving on over to the East Coast, we have, in a kind of unfair round, we have M. Bison from Street Fighter going up against Ganondorf from Zelda.
that's
Fair fight.
sorry.
Definitely
Yeah,
a fair
definitely.
fight. Oh
Definitely
no.
a very close equal
I
fight.
put the wrong thing here.
Oh,
This is supposed to be something different. Look at that. You're getting it updated to you live if you're watching the video.
wow.
Ganondorf does not have a double entry into this.
Oh, does he not? Dang
No.
it.
We have Mr. Robotnik taking on King K. Rool. That is the final of our round one matches. Let's go up to the top bracket. Let's go up to the guesswork one. We have Shao Kahn taking on Mr. X.
No, hold on. I got to do some research on Mr. X so I can make this a fair
Okay.
fight. Because I know a little bit about Shao Kahn.
Well, I know a decent amount about Mr. X because I watched a playthrough of not Final Fantasy.
A name never used in Resident Evil 2 itself.
Really?
Huh.
Okay. Well, that's what the internet told me to call him. So
Interesting.
he was this real cool character. He's the villain of that. He's like chases the main girl the whole time. I like him. At least I think him. Did I pick the wrong character? I might have.
Yeah, you definitely did.
Who did I want to put here?
You're thinking of what's his name?
Nemesis. This is supposed to be Nemesis. This is
Yeah.
Nemesis, guys. I lied.
Yeah. See, if you had said Nemesis, I would have said, yeah, I know who that is.
Oh my god, this is worse. I'm sorry. Nemesis. It's Nemesis. It's Shao Kahn versus Nemesis is actually the first one. I don't know who Mr. X is. I lied. My bad. It's
Alright,
Nemesis.
It's a name never used in Resident Evil 2, so I don't know who he is.
Well,
I think he's the nameless person responsible for the T-virus, maybe?
that sounds possible. To be fair, I just was trying. I'll be honest. I remembered this character existed, and I didn't remember his name, so I looked up Final Fantasy villains. Not Final Fantasy.
Nemesis chases
not Final
around
Fantasy.
Jill Valentine.
I'm misspeaking. I looked up Resident Evil villains because I wanted to find this character. Because I remember being like, oh, that character was real cool. They're a cool villain. I want to put them on this list. And I couldn't. That name, Nemesis, didn't even show up on the list I was looking at. But Mr. X did, and I was like, I think it was Resident Evil 2. I guess it's Mr. X was the character's name. All right. But no, it was Nemesis. My bad. I'm not a huge Nemesis guy. I'm not a huge Resident Evil guy. But I do love Nemesis. My vote is for Nemesis over Shao Kahn. Do you have a dissenting argument?
I mean, based on what I've seen from Resident Evil 2 gameplay versus Shao Kahn, that's a tough one, because Shao Kahn is a sorcerer.
That is true. I would also like to say hello, Wee Gooby.
Oh, hey. What's up, Wee Goopy? Hello, my sister. Jet,
Whoa.
what's up?
Whoa! Don't
Uh,
don't tell the world that that's your sister.
so
Spoilers.
yeah, I gotta say, I don't know who wins in a battle of a magic, kung fu sorcerer
Mm.
versus a virtually unkillable
Yeah.
zombie flesh mass
Okay.
that also has like a got like a chainsaw built into him or
I
something.
think at least at one point he picks up a chainsaw or something like that. I
And
think. No, no, the
guns
chainsaw's from
built
the.
into him as
I
well.
think the chainsaw is from the character, the Resident Evil 4 villain.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
He also has like tentacles.
Yeah.
I think that he
Shao Kahn also like part of why you could argue he's. I mean, not that the argument is who's more evil because it's like always this is a battle to the death.
right.
Shao Kahn does like he created all of Mortal Kombat, but I also think he gets like in every game you beat him at the end, which you could argue means anyone you choose to play as can beat him. Just saying, it kind of makes you wonder how powerful really is he if every
Yeah.
character can beat him. You could also say, well, that's a fighting game. That's not fair to use that kind of logic. But I don't know how else to argue this other than that's a way to maybe give the edge to Nemesis. You could also argue that Nemesis is beat by just a little girl at the end. I mean, with like
He is.
bombs and explosions, but a little girl can beat him. You telling me Shao Kahn can't? The point is, I don't know, Chris, who should win this.
Uh, he's got magic is the thing about it. If Nemesis had magic, I would say, hands down, Nemesis wins the fight. But he's kind of he just has one objective in mind, and that is to kill thing.
That's true. That's
Uh,
the other thing is, does he even care about killing Shao Kahn?
I
He
don't
wants
think that
to.
he does. I think
He.
he only cares about killing Jill Valentine.
That's
Is the thing about it.
true. You know what?
Just Jill Valentine.
You know, fine. I thought this was a. I wanted. I thought Nemesis might have made it to the whole finals. Honestly, I thought I was gonna try to fight for Nemesis. I really liked Nemesis,
As
but
much as I think Nemesis is a cool like villain,
Shao Kahn wins.
even though he's not really a villain,
I mean,
but
he is. I mean, he's He's definitely the antagonist, and he's
like
definitely
the most.
evil.
I don't. Nemesis definitely isn't evil. There's no thought in his brain. There's no will.
Mm,
It's just he is, and he has one objective.
yeah, I guess. But if
I
that one,
think the powers
if that
who
one,
created Nemesis
if the
is
one, oh, you mean Mr. X?
yeah, Mr. X.
Oh, I'm gonna put Mr. X back on the list.
Oh, he definitely loses to Shao Kahn.
Oh, okay, fair. The point is Shao Kahn wins. I still really wanted to go with Nemesis, and I still argue that if you are a mindless creature that your one thing is to do an evil thing, you're evil. But that doesn't really matter. That's a semantics issue.
Yeah, it is a semantics issue.
The
You know what's
point
not
is,
semantics? Sephiroth versus Bowser in this next fight. And there's no competition. And if you think Bowser wins, I'm sorry.
what if he's Cat Bowser?
Oh, Big Cat Bowser?
What if he's Big Cat
Sephiroth
Bowser?
definitely
Rawr.
still wins.
Yeah, I thought this. I do think that Bowser probably had a chance to beat most of the other characters on this, possibly if he was with them. But yeah, no, Sephiroth definitely wins.
Yeah, Sephiroth's kind of ridiculous. A little bit.
Yeah. Well, we'll come back to Sephiroth in a little while. It's time to go over to the East Coast. That's
East
right.
Coast, West Coast.
No, we're on the East Coast now. We were on the West Coast. That's how brackets
You
work.
got it listed wrong in the email. I'm sorry.
Did I? I did. No, you're
M.
right.
Bison is.
No,
in
you're
West
right.
Coast
I,
Pink.
I did send it to you wrong.
I can't believe this.
Sorry. We're now going to the East Coast with M. Bison.
I guess we're in the East Coast now.
M. Bison versus Ganondorf. M. Bison. M. Bison. M. Bison. I'm already typing Ganondorf, Chris, just so you know.
Okay.
I'm chanting for M. Bison while I type Ganondorf.
Yeah. Another one of those situations where M. Bison does not stand a chance on her.
Yeah, no, M. Bison,
Against
I'll be honest,
Ganondorf.
I don't know if M. Bison really stood that much of a chance against anyone on this list.
Hey, he fight good though.
He does! And, like, there might have been, like, an argument for, like, him and... I don't know who, but someone. Maybe King K. Rool, maybe.
Ganondorf is an evil sorcerer.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I think Three of our
is
final four are going to be really hard to argue, but let's give Ganondorf his real easy win real quick. Who do you think is going to win between
yeah.
Mr. Robotnik and King K. Rool?
Honestly, this is a dumber fight, but one that is a much more close call
It
than the
is. It
past
is one of the
three,
closest fights
than the
we've
past
had.
two.
Um,
uh, I'm gonna have to go with Dr. Robotnik.
that's true. He's supposed to be Doctor. I don't know why. I knew it was Dr. Robotnik. I wrote Mr. Robotnik after.
Or Dr. Eggman.
Ooh.
He may be known
But now the question
to some
is
of you.
this Dr. Robotnik played by Jim Carrey?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay,
No.
then. Okay, then, yeah. Okay.
I think it's Dr. Eggman based on the giant robots that he's made. I know King K. Rool has his, like, island
It's true.
and
But the real question here
got
is
a big laser in it.
who's
But
going to win? Robots or not robots?
robots or a crocodile with a cannon
Hey,
gun.
he's got a big belly, too. Don't forget his big belly.
Does have a big belly. Uh, yeah, it's gonna be Dr. Eggman, I think.
Yeah, it's Dr. Robotnik.
I think he's gonna be using one of his giant robots to kill King K. Rool.
It's true. All right, back over to the West Coast. On your sheet, Chris, it says East Coast because I wrote it wrong.
Yeah, we're back in the West Coast, I guess.
Yeah. Back in the West
I
Coast,
guess.
we have Shao Kahn versus Sephiroth.
I gotta be honest, I still don't think this is close at all.
Really?
Yeah. I've played the Final Fantasy VII games. And I've watched the Final Fantasy VII movies.
Uh-huh.
And played other games that Sephiroth has starred in. And that guy just doesn't die very easily. Or at all, really.
But Shao
One might
Kahn
say.
is magical, as you pointed out earlier.
Sephiroth is a one-winged angel.
See,
He's a fallen angel.
based off of literally nothing about this, but because you mentioned One Winged Angel, which Kenny Omega named his finisher off of Sephiroth, I'll agree to go put Sephiroth through. I love pro wrestling, so we'll go with the Kenny Omega guy.
He has Sephiroth also has the ability to use magic, sorry.
That is fair.
And can also revive people.
Oh.
Okay. Can also summon meteors from the sky,
Hey, Chris,
which can destroy planets.
we're going to play a little game of debate. Try to give me a way where Dr. Robotnik could win this fight against Ganondorf.
Oh. I mean, he builds a really big robot.
Oh, okay. So we're going with Dr. Robotnik, is what you're saying?
And
No,
he builds a really big robot to fight Ganondorf in his big beast mode.
I already wrote Ganondorf, Chris. You can stop. You can stop trying.
And then he shoots him with a laser.
I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I kind of saw this as the finals from the start. It is Sephiroth versus Ganondorf.
This is definitely the closest of all the matches so far.
Whoa, Dr. Robotnik and King K. Rool was pretty darn close.
That's pretty true.
And I still stand by
it.
There was a very good argument for Nemesis. He lost, but there was an argument for him. But the point is, all those other characters are losers. Who cares? Sephiroth, Ganondorf. The two who had the easiest first rounds here. They had a very easy way to get to this final. Ganondorf had the easiest fight. If this was a tournament where damage retention was on, Ganondorf would be coming in with the most health for sure.
Yeah.
Ganondorf would have taken not much at all.
That's fair.
And Bison might have hit his
Based on the
cool
bracket.
And Bison might have hit his cool double stomp once and ever so slightly made Ganondorf's neck hurt a little bit. A little bit. But yeah, no. So who do you think's winning here, Chris? I'll be honest. I'm going to. I know a little bit about both these characters, but you've actually played the games they're both in, so this is up to you. I feel like.
Yeah.
My vote is obviously for cool Kenny Omega guy, Sephiroth.
I mean,
He likes Kenny Omega, so I like him. and it's definitely not the other way around.
Oh, I mean, I would have to be inclined to say Sephiroth beats Ganondorf in this one. I don't know. If a teenage kid with a powerful sword can beat
The most powerful
Ganondorf,
sword, to be fair. I don't know if it's fair to just call it a powerful sword. That is like the best weapon you could give any character.
it is the strongest sword canonically in Zelda.
Yeah.
Uh, versus one of the most canonically powerful characters in the Final Fantasy franchise with a really powerful sword. I'm gonna have
But
to
doesn't he
go.
like? I mean, doesn't he get beat? Technically, I mean, if we're going off of like basing off the games, they both do get beat by their
Yeah.
protagonists. According to
Uh,
Weeagooby, technically a teenage kid with a keyboard could beat Sephiroth. They then corrected to Keyblade, but I'm gonna stick with keyboard because I think that's a lot
Keyboard.
funnier.
well,
Cloud,
he doesn't actually defeat Sephiroth.
Cloud just comes in
He
playing his keyboard.
he fights Sephiroth, and Sephiroth's like, "All right, cool. I guess I won't kill you," and then leaves.
Mm.
And that's like one of the hardest battles in the game. And you're like, "Oh man, I beat Sephiroth," and he's like, "Actually, no, you didn't. Bye."
Okay.
That was a fun fight. See you later.
All right.
Uh,
If you want to go with Sephiroth, I honestly don't know enough about either character to go with it.
as much as I am biased towards Sephiroth, I also think that generally he just wins in this case.
All right. Don't worry. Once we put in once eventually we're
I'm
gonna.
sure my mind will change once Breath of the Wild 2 comes out and I find out that Calamity Ganon actually wasn't killed in the first Breath of the Wild game. But that game hasn't come out yet, so, you know,
Fair.
we'll see.
Well, that has been the bracket, and it's also been the podcast.
It's 11 o'clock, which means it's been an hour and a half.
That's our longest podcast ever, with our least amount of content to discuss. Sorry? Or maybe
Somehow?
it was really a good discussion.
Yeah,
Here's the plugs. I do plugs now.
we're plugging.
We're doing the plugs.
Boy, we plug.
We have a YouTube channel. You have to just kind of search Downtown Kentucky and then go to channels, or you can follow the link here on Twitch. It's at the top of our page. That's the easiest way to get there because YouTube does not give you the option to have a direct link until you've reached a certain level. It's great. It's a great system they have there.
Very cool.
But other places you can see us. If you're watching this on YouTube, you found us there. We are also over on Twitch at twitch.tv/Downtown Kentucky. I know, crazy. Really easy to find us this way. And if you want to see, even hear, not see, you don't get to see anything of us over here, but if you want to hear more of us, you can go over to our
places.
free Patreon at patreon.com/Downtown Kentucky. Crazy that all 2 out of the 3 things we're on, it's really easy to find us. And then there's YouTube.
Thanks, YouTube.
I guess giving our Twitch schedule. Our Twitch schedule is Mondays we do this podcast at 9:30. We always make videos at 9:30. So Monday 9:30 we do this podcast. Tuesday 9:30 we do Co-op Tuesday, which we are going to be starting Portal 2 this
Oh my
Tuesday.
gosh!
Tomorrow, Portal 2. That's right. Tune in. First ever Portal video. Then on Thursday we will be streaming us playing. I don't know yet. We haven't decided. We might. Who knows? We don't know yet.
Might continue Lego Star Wars. We might not.
We might move on. We've had a lot of issues with the game, but the outpouring of like people who actually enjoy it is there. So I don't know what we're gonna do. We will. Well, you'll find out on Thursday. You're gonna have to tune in. It's a surprise.
Yeah, just be there.
Yeah, just
Find
be
out.
there. You gotta be there. Honestly, just log on to Twitch every night at 9:30, just in case we decide. No, don't. We're not gonna. We only stream those 3 days. And if you're a YouTube person watching this on YouTube, all of our videos come out the day after they're recorded at 4 o'clock.
Right.
Then the audio for Movie Club commentary that comes out on a varying. We don't know yet. It's either going to be Wednesday or Thursday, and probably not at 4. It'll probably just end up being Wednesday afternoon. I don't know.
All right. Blech.
Tune into our stuff, please.
Well, that's been the Downtown Kentucky podcast.
Yeah.
Tune in next week.
I don't think I... Oops.
Oops.
Just remembered I didn't do the title card at the beginning of this. So you know what? We're doing the outro on the title card. Goodbye!
Goodbye.